Shout out to Kop-Ish.
Shout out to Kop-Ish, guys.
Keep all the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that, guy. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kop-Ish.
What's going on, people? It's your boy Drift. Welcome to another edition of Kop-Ish Catch Up. It's a late one. Hella late, but better late than never. We were supposed to bring you the show earlier on, but everybody had stuff going on. But you know what? I just thought, I don't care how late it is. I'm going to make sure that I still talk to the people. And even if they don't see it tonight, hopefully they'll see it in the morning. So we're just going to talk on the things that Klopp was asked in his presser today. Obviously, you know, we have Burnley at 3 o'clock. And make sure you join us for the watch-along. We will have a watch-along for the Burnley game, people. Probably, I think it's our first 3 p.m. watch-along as well. So, yeah, we will be back for that watch-along. But yeah, he was asked quite a lot of stuff, actually. So I'm just going to touch on a few things. I'm going to start with the main things, and then I'll end up with the not so important stuff. Now, I don't know if you guys have heard. In fact, I know you have. This blue card situation that is maybe possibly going to be trialed to see what go on. This is a madness, isn't it? Like, if you actually think about it. Like that they're going to try and introduce even more rules. Now, I'm sure us, the boys, will get together and we'll talk about it properly as a group at some point and give you maybe more of a overall opinion. Me personally, I kind of see the reason to want it in an ideal world, but I don't like the idea of my beloved football just being changed and changed and changed and changed. And I'm not somebody who's against change if it helps, but it just seems like there's just too much going on now in football. Too many changes, too much things. The rules are always all over the place. And it's crazy as well because, like, we've made laughs and jokes and stuff at times and we're being like, oh, that was an orange, because we're basically just using the color that's in between yellow and red, right? And it is when you borderline. And we've actually had this discussion before on our channel ages ago, which is quite ironic. Maybe we're ahead of our time, where we were talking about it and I said to people, like, would you think of a sin bin type of scenario? And I think the topic become a little bit Americanized because, you know, American sports are very much like that. Like, you get sin bins in NHL, in the hockey. I'm not sure if there are any other sports, but, you know, like the timeouts and you can bring a player on and then bring him off again and stuff like that. Like American sport is very much about having as many advantages and different things as you can within it. Whereas football's track has been very linear. It's stuck to one thing. You know, we only just about got 5 subs recently. Whereas before it was always 3 subs. You know, remember there were days when the goalie could pick the ball up if you passed it back to him. Like, there's been a few changes along the way, but, you know, VAR is probably the biggest change that we've had in football, if we're all being honest, in the last however many years. Like, definitely the biggest change in football is VAR. So it's not really been working out in terms of the amount of craziness and madness, and it's still causing a lot of issues. So adding another situation, is it a good idea? I don't know. As I said, I don't like my sport changing too much. So that's probably the reason why I wouldn't want it brought in. And as Klopp rightly said, and they're going to bring the hammer down on us, guys, because Klopp called him out again. The G he is. I love the fact he's not afraid or scared to say what he likes about the PGMOL and the referees and the authorities, because they're rubbish. And they've been skanking Liverpool, especially. All the people who want to say that we're crying and we're moaning and all that crap because you just want to say shit rather than having normal, logical conversations about football. It's always got to be banter and rivalry and all that. You know, sometimes you have to put that to one side and just use common sense and be a grown-up in a conversation for once and understand that when people are saying things, they're not saying it because they're crying and they're moaning. They're saying it because it's the reality of the situation. And the reality is VAR and their officiating is terrible. Liverpool have been screwed the most officially. It came out the other day. So we haven't been moaning for no reason. You know, we knew this. We could see it. And I'm sure there's so many other decisions that aren't even counted in what was counted, because that was just straight VAR. Like, we watch referees do the craziest stuff. The Arsenal game is an example. when Konate was sent off for a foul that wasn't even remotely a foul for a second yellow. And then a few minutes later or a minute later, Gabriel literally throws Nunes to the ground, and Nunes is the one who gets booked for remonstrating, and Gabriel's still on the field. Why is Gabriel still on the field when his foul was even worse than Konate's? It is what it is, isn't it? But again, people will say that we're moaning and we're crying, innit? Fools. But yeah, Klopp just said it straight. He's like, I ain't seen these men make a good decision. I don't see these guys, make good rules. He's like, I'm 50. Is he 56 or 57? He was like, I'm 57 years old. No, still don't think they've, done anything good or anything. Like I just love it. I love the honesty. I love the fact that he's just willing to fight and say what needs to be said because nobody else will. All the other managers are real scared to get in trouble. But Klopp don't care because he wants to fight for what's right, and I love it. The only thing is, they're going to treat us even worse now. Because nothing can really be done about them because they don't look up to anyone. They don't answer to anyone. So who really is going to get them in trouble when they continue to skank us? Get ready for more terrible refereeing decisions, more poor VAR. Just wait for it. It's coming now because Klopp spoke up again and told them about themselves. But yeah, I don't think he's for it. He doesn't really seem up for it. So let me know in the comments, people. What do you think of this new blue card? 10-minute sin bin for cynical fouls or whatever it may be. And again, I'm sure me and the boys will have a proper talk about it next time we're all together. He was also asked about Bradley, and he did ask, please, can you guys be respectful of the fact that, just have some empathy and stop asking about him until he's ready. He'll be back when he's ready to be back. And I totally get that. I agree with that wholeheartedly. He could be back next week. He could be back the week after. Like his father died, man. Like it don't get no realer than that. It doesn't get any realer than that. So he can come back whenever he wants. But we wish him well and we hope he's okay. And it will be amazing to see him back because he's been absolutely sensational this season. He was also asked about the Thiago situation, which I won't touch on again. But he said that it is a muscular issue. Nothing that he thinks will be long-term because he was actually asked this at the end of Thiago's season. He said no, but obviously he doesn't know. At the same time, like, the length of how long he'll be out with his etc. The scan just shows something. He's having a pain in the muscle. He didn't explain which muscle it was. I don't know if it's calf, hamstring. I don't know what it is, but he had a pain. And again, like I said, it is to be expected when you've been out for 9-10 months or whatever that you get niggles, but we'll see. I know a lot of people don't care about Thiago anymore, but I appreciate superstars. And if we can get him on the pitch for however long, it'll be brilliant. He was also asked about Mo, and he said Mo is running. He also said Szoboszlai is running as well, but again, they can't rush Szoboszlai back because it is a reoccurrence of the issue he was having before. So they have to be very careful with that one. And with Mo, he said he's expecting Mo back in training next week, but they're not going to rush him. And I'm happy to hear that. Let's not rush Mo back. We got a whole season and all these trophies that we're trying to achieve. 1 or 2 games here or there, it's not worth risking Mo or Szoboszlai and then they're out for a prolonged period of time. We just got through the hard part of the season in regards to the fixtures, like with the 2 cup games and then, Chelsea and Arsenal back-to-back. Apart from when we play City and Man United within, I think it's 2 weeks of each other, that's probably collectively the hardest, period of football. And we got through it without Mo. Obviously, we lost to Arsenal, but January was a sensational month for us. So let's not rush him back. Let's just keep trying to do what we can do. And then when he's back, all for it. Put him in once he's fit and then we'll go. But do not rush Mo back and do not rush Sobo back either. Especially that Sobo's had a reoccurrence of the issue in the first place. Obviously, it was talked about Endo being back, and he's really, really happy to see. He was actually asked if McAllister will be moved into a different role as well because of that. And, obviously he's like, we can do loads of things with this situation. So let's watch the space, people. He may even put McAllister in the 8 and have Hendo in the 6. Endo in the six. We might actually get to see Endo and McAllister playing in the same team, which I'm excited for. I think you put Curtis Jones alongside that, and that's a brilliant midfield. I'll be really excited to see what that midfield could do. It would have great balance. So we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully that could be the situation very, very soon. But yeah, Endo's back, thankfully. And it's really, really good to have him back. And then just to end up the presser, he was actually asked if he hates Kompany. And obviously this is back to when he packed one in the top corner against Leicester when they won the league and we finished 1 point behind. And he, you know, obviously he was like, yeah, I forgave him a long time ago. And I mean, it could never really be true hate. Like somebody doing what they're doing to help their team win, you can't hate. You could probably have more of a problem with Iniacho for the way he deliberately missed his chance just because he was ex-Man City, which don't make sense because if they got rid of you, shouldn't you really have an issue with them? No one could tell me Iniacho didn't deliberately skew that chance that he had, though. No way. He put that wide on purpose. So maybe we can more hate him than we can hate Kompany because Kompany's the leader of the team and he's trying to help them win. But obviously Klopp laughed it off. He said no. And he said there's many people in football he could hate. And it's true because obviously he's got a lot of finals that he's lost, like Gareth Bale and all that kind of stuff. But he especially mentioned Iron Robin. That's my guy. Obviously, Robin scored the winning goal when Bayern Munich beat Dortmund in the first time that Klopp had got to a Champions League final when he got Dortmund there before Goetze and then man, they started to leave. So it was like, yeah, I don't hate any of these people. They're just doing their job. Everybody knows that. So it's just fun and games. But yeah, he was asked about that as well because obviously Kompany is the manager of Burnley. So overall, quite a lot of talking points. You know, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed this presser today. And again, people, let me know what you think of the blue card scenario. Let me know what you think of everything that was discussed in this video, all the topics that were touched on in the press conference. And then we'll be back at 2:45 for kickoff for the Burnley game, people. Really, really need to get ourselves back onto winning ways now after that disappointment against Arsenal. So let's hope we can beat Burnley and get back to winning ways. So people, love as always, smash the like button, subscribe if you're new. And we will see you for the Burnley game, people. Until then, love. I'm out, peeps.